5, create a checklist. So you would go to Canva and you would create a design, and I am going to make a design that's 8.5 by 11. And I'm not going to actually create the whole thing, but I would go over here on the left-hand toolbar and I would click on template and I would type in checklist. And I would scroll through the selections to find one that suits my needs. I love the look of this one. Whoops. So I love the look of this one. Here's a cleaning checklist, and then I can come in here and double click and I can edit the text. I can change the image. I can change the color and make this my own from this point. A side note. You cannot just take a template from Canva and then sell it. You have to completely modify it and transform it into something unique. And if you're ever curious about what the commercial use guidelines are for an image, number one, this particular one is a pro image, so you could only use it if you had a pro account. But if I click on these little dots, then it will give me the opportunity to click in and see more by the creator so that I can look deeper into her terms of use. But a good rule of thumb is that any template that you use inside of Canva, you have to change the font, you have to change the elements and the color, and you have to customize the wording and the categories so that you started with a template, but then you transformed it into something new. At that point, if you were hoping to sell your creation, you could sell it. But it would have to be completely transformed from the original design. Tip 46 is creating a planner. You would do that much the same way that we did here with the checklist. So instead of a checklist, I would go to templates and I would click in planner. And there are all these planners for you to begin as a starting place for your designs. You click and you drag it over and it will take over the page. And then all of these elements can be customized inside. You can change what you call the different subheadings. You can change the color scheme by clicking on the little color, the background color, and just have fun. So if this was for your personal use, you could use it as is. If you're going to be creating planners for resale, then you would have to take this as inspiration and then create something new and unique that is your own. Tip 47 is creating a graph. Here's a fun one. Inside of Canva, there is a graph maker. So I have to get out of here. And you click on the sidebar, you click on more, you click on charts, and then you can select which kind of graph you would like, and then it'll populate the graph. The cool part about the Canva graphs is that you can then change, let me eliminate this so you can see it better, and let me eliminate this so you can see it better. So I can click on this graph, I can change the color scheme that this graph is represented by. And then I can also go in and I can edit these sections. So if I wanted item 1 to be vanilla and 30% of people like vanilla, and then I can change this to chocolate, how many people like chocolate ice cream, I can make that 20%, etc. And it modifies and individualizes the graph for you. Super powerful, super fun. And again, you go to the more dots and then you click on graphs. Oops, it moved on me. You can search the apps for charts. And then, charts. And then there's all these different types of graphs, line graphs, splatter graphs, etc. Cones, fun. Really neat for creative designs. Tip 48 is aligning your text. So one of the features, I already showed you how to position the text to make it, you can have perfect alignment, but sometimes you just want to kind of drag and get the text aligned with other elements on the page. So you can click on your text, and if you drag it towards the center, a red line, do you see that red line that appears on the page. When it goes from the top to the bottom of the page, that text is now perfectly aligned in the center of the page. And if I click and I drag it towards the top, you'll be able to see when it is also horizontally centered on the page as well. So those are some handy guide bars for you as you're moving things around. You can line up your elements so that right now this text is lined up with that arrow on the side, or you can put it on the center. So it's just a matter of clicking and dragging to align your text.